This is Professor L.B. Gayakawad's English Literature Wave. I am Professor L.B. Gayakawad talking on the topic Displacement as Language Property. What is displacement? We will see in detail. Man is social. Social means man has born in the society. That's why man is social. So he prefers a social group. It means that man is the child of man and he takes birth in the society, and that's why he likes to live in the social groups. And he lives with past, present and future. It means that the man lives with past, present and future. It means he thinks of past, he lives in the present tense and he thinks of the future. That is the life of man. Then some men are there who talk beyond present. Beyond present means what? There are many people who live in the present but think of the future also. That is called some men talk beyond present. Means that present tense is not sufficient for them. Means that present tense is very small area, very small matter for them. So they do not think of the present more and they think of the future also, past also, and that's why it is said that some men talk beyond present. Beyond present means they leave the present behind and they talk, they discuss about the past, they discuss about the future, and that is called some men talk beyond present. It means their present is small to them. Means they live in the present tense, but that present tense is a very small present tense for them. Means the life of the present tense is very small to them. That's why some men talk beyond present. It means their present is small to them. So such people crossing the present, it means that such people cross the present and they talk of their past. They talk of their past means they think of their past, they think about their past and suddenly go to the future. It means that these people live in present, think of the past and suddenly they go into the present, and that's why this is the life of man, and thus man lives with the present, past and future. Thus they displace. They means people, men. Some men displace their tenses. Their tenses means their periods, their hours, their days, their durations, their matters or their situations. Means they displace their tenses or places. Places means what? Now I will say here that when they remain in the present tense, their place is present. When they remain in the past, their place is past, and when they remain in the future, their place is future. So they displace their tenses or places. How? Read their stream of thinking. Let me tell you here that the stream of thinking, it means as they think, the same way they go into the past, into the present, into the future, then means they do here and there, and that's why they displace their tenses or places with their stream of thinking, because always man lives with the stream of thinking. It means they jump into the past and future from the present. Means actually the men are in the present tense, means they live complete life in the present tense, and suddenly they jump into the past and future from the present. It means they displace means they change. It means they displace, it means they change their situations. Now their situations means what? What were their situations? Their situations was at first present, then their situation became past, and then their situation became the future. In this way they displace their situations, and this is called the displacement of the language. So what is the displacement of the language? When people think of the present, then they go into the past, and again they go into the future. That is called the displacement of the language. Thus the language gives this property. So we have said here that the displacement is the property of language, and that's why here we have said that, or we have studied that the language gives this property to man. So man has got this property from the language. Every language has given man this property of displacement to the man to think of present, past and future, and that's why here we have said that the language gives this property to man. So it is called the language property as displacement. So this is called the displacement which the man has got from the language. In this language property, means in this displacement of language property, in this language property man shares. Man shares means man participates. Man shares his thoughts, means man shares his thoughts, his feelings, his dreams, his whatever his mind is thinking, that is called the thoughts. So man shares his thoughts of past, present and future. So in this language property, man shares his thoughts of present, past and future. While sharing such means when man shares all this, or while sharing such, he displaces from past to present. Means displaces means what? He changes himself, he changes his mind, he changes his situation from the past to the future, and that's why here we have said that while sharing such, he displaces from past to present. From the past to the present or to the future. It means that man disconnects from the past and joins the present and future. So here what is the condition of the man? In the displacement, he disconnects himself from the past and he joins the present and future situations in his life, and that is called the displacement. Then he talks of the long happened matters. Long happened matters means the back situations. There are many back situations or very much past situations, the past happenings in his life, that is called the long happened matters of the past. Because in the life of the man, the past comes and the past is very long, means there are many situations happen in the life of the man, and that's why it is called the long happened matters of the past and links them with the future. Means suddenly the man links his past with the future, with the present, and that is called the displacement. So he talks of the matters where he was not present. Here I want to tell you that in this displacement, this man talks of the matters where he was not present. Means sometimes what happens, that man was not there or that man is not there, and that man imagines or that man learns something from other people and he talks of the matters where he was not present. Means there are some matters which are not presented, which are not shared by that man. In such matters also, man uses the language property of displacement, and that is called, that's why here we have said that he talks of the matters where he was not present. Thus, man displaces himself from the past to future and from place to place. From place to place. It means that the present tense is the place, past is the place, and future is the place, and that's why we have said here that man displaces himself from the past to the future and from the place to the place. Means man changes himself, man thinks himself from the past to the present and to the present, from present into the future, and that is called here the displacement. Here again, animal cannot have this property of the language. So when we think of the animal communication, when we think of the animal's life, then we see that the animals cannot have, means there is no such displacement in the life of the animals, because there is no grammar in the life of the animals, there is no school and college in the life of the animals, and that's why we have said here that animals cannot have this property of the language. Thus man talks of the remote places. Remote places means what? The places which are very away from this man. Means it is very clear that the man lives in the present tense and he talks of the future, he talks of the past. It is very clear that these places are the remote places. The past is very away from the man, the future is very away from the man. Still this man talks of the remote places, means he talks of the past, future, present with the help of the displacement as the language property. Means man can do all these things only with the help of the language property called the displacement. That's why here we have finished part first of the language property. Thank you very much.